Hello everyone, welcome to the Zen Mobile Yoga YouTube channel. My name is Jennifer and today we're going to break down the pose Trikonasana or triangle. Trikonasana helps open up the hips and external rotation with stability. Also, the hamstrings are lengthened due to both legs being straight. And altogether, Trikonasana or triangle pose gives us a great sense of awareness in the legs. The tricky part of this pose is keeping even length in the side ribs while going into a lateral stretch.
Some teachers argue whether this is important or not. My experience is that we look for a natural Tadasana spine in Trikonasana in order to practice keeping the body in alignment, to keep the spine healthy, the muscles in the lower back strong, and on a subtle body level to keep the energy channels clear on either side of the spine for an overall feeling of health and wellness.
So the object of this pose is not to reach the hand to the ground, but to keep the body in alignment. And some of us do need to use a block in order to make that happen. So go ahead and grab your block if you need it or not, and let's go take a look. Okay, to start out in our triangle pose or Trikonasana, we want to separate the feet nice and wide. Ideally, with our arms out to the side, our wrists should be directly over our ankles, okay? And we're going to set this up with our hands at our hip creases. And then what we're going to do, we're going to start on the right side. So take the right leg from the hip socket. We want to pivot out on the heel to point our toes out at a 90-degree angle. And then with the left leg, we want to bring those toes in just a little bit. Depending on your anatomy and where your knee is, your foot back there might be straight. It might have a little bit of internal rotation because with our pelvis, anatomically, we cannot stack everything on top of each other. There has to be a little bit of internal rotation of this back leg. The center line for this pose, for the feet, if you were to draw a line down the center of your mat, the front heel should be lined up with the arch of the back foot, okay? And what we want to do, make sure you have your block ready. We're going to make sure that the toes of the right foot are nice and straight. We're going to engage both of the thighs in external rotation. You're going to feel that kind of lift the pelvic floor, lift the inner body, lengthen the torso. We're going to keep the left groin nice and deep, the right groin nice and deep. We're going to bring our right arm out, and as we reach forward, lengthening the torso, we're going to continue to deepen this right hip crease. And then without compromising the length in both sides of the body, we're going to drop the arm. So what I could do if I wanted to go down all the way, I could definitely, you could see how I've shortened the right side of my body and I have a curve on the left side. We don't want to do that. We want to have a block on the outside of the right leg if this happens, and keep an even length on both sides of the body. The last thing we're going to do, and this is not, we're not leaning on this as a crutch, this is just to assist us. We're going to twist open the shoulder girdle, bring the left fingertips up to the ceiling, and we should be able to feel the breath moving throughout the body easily. The stomach should be soft. Reaching out through the crown of the head, continue to deepen the groins, lengthen out through the crown of the head. And if your neck allows you to do so, you can gaze up at that left thumb. Good. Both legs are active here. You're going to take a few breaths. And then to get out of this pose, for my students, I usually have them bend the right knee and then just pop up. Good. And then you would continue on with the other side. So I hope that better explained for you if it's necessary to use a block or not during your Trikonasana. Now, as time goes on and you continue to practice, you will lengthen the legs more, you will get more stability in the hips, and therefore you will not probably end up needing a block. The important thing is that we listen to our bodies and are content with where we are in our practice. Thank you for letting me guide you today. Namaste.